Hey, welcome to Voices and Vibes, where situations turn into conversations. I am your host, 24 Roddy.
Love Kiwi. Sasha Curry, you can follow me at Exclusive 713 Nutrition, lowercase letters. I'm Raven.
And I'm Anthony.
And those two are our special guests. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all want to get right to it? Y'all ready for the smoke?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Let me get to the first one. All right. All right, here you go. We're gonna start.
You must not be ready.
No, I'm ready. I'm trying to see which one to start off with. We're gonna start off slow. All right. The first question we're gonna bring to the panel today is, what is a woman/man two strongest desires in life? What y'all think? Desires. Strongest desires in life. What y'all think?
Can you give an example?
Like people have a, what are your desires? Like a desire. Like desire to smoke, eat, walk, talk, whatever. What you think? What you think? I'm just saying, what you think?
Oh, okay.
Like desires, what you think is your strongest desire amongst humans?
Okay. I would say, for the type of woman I am, so if it don't resonate, it is what it is. If it don't apply, let it fly. But for me,
I must educate.
one of my strongest desires in life is to just be free. I'm a free spirit, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that I desire so much that's just in sex. That's a very strong desire. That's like a non-negotiable. But that's because of the type of woman I am.
There she goes with the shenanigans. How many desires you get? One or two?
It's two. Yeah, you put
Okay.
two.
My first is to have structure in my life, meaning freedom, not worried about money, freedom, not worried about things that we gotta live for. And my six, look at how you said six.
Somebody nervous. I know, somebody nervous. What? You nervous?
That's not my, and my second one is to fulfill my purpose on earth before I die.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay, my first desire would be truth. In the world full of fake, a desire of mine is just to experience truth at its purest form. And my second, I'm sorry, I'm a little deep with this. Not you, I'm a deep soul.
Yeah,
and my second one is love. And again, pure, authentic, unquestionable love. Those would be my two deepest desires.
Okay, well, mine is I like to freelance more than I keep hearing the word smoke, so I like to smoke.
Not smoke.
Yeah, smoke. Hey, without smoking, hard. But but freelancing and you only live once.
What does freelancing mean?
Freelancing to me, it means like important stuff, like what I gotta take care of. And, when I say you only live once, it's like trying new things.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, I think, and this goes across the board, woman or man, I think our two strongest desires are to.
Hold on. You said what's yours?
No, I said,
Personal.
let me read it again.
Yeah,
Let me read it again.
All right.
Since you know better than the question reader. It say, what is a woman /
So
man
we put
Oh yeah, we made it perfect.
two strongest desires in life?
Okay, well,
And I specifically said across humanity across
Okay.
the board.
Okay, I just had to get
I mean, but you know, before you correct somebody, make sure
Well,
you
I
straight.
wanna redo my answer.
Uh,
No,
but
I
y'all-
feel like women, but
y'all
then
got-
how are we across the board? How will we know? Because we are individually made.
All
Well,
right.
like,
talking
about-
you
look
talking
at
about
like what you
service
see in the
level
world.
Yeah,
Cause like I would say that, you know, women in this time, a lot of them personal, you know, their desire is just to have like stability.
Oh no, they fame. This generation, this day and time, fame. Everything is social media. How do I look? Look at me. Look at this body. Fame, a desire. Let's go. If we talking about a collective, everybody was kind of like. I thought you were talking about person. Oh,
But I really feel stability too.
No,
Because you'll see women
stability,
get
everyone-
dating men so they can have that security. Oh,
Oh,
our bills
facts.
paid. We got this. We got that. It
This
ain't
day
about
and
the
time,
money.
you're right. You're right. Across the board. Oh, so we built differently. You saw with him too.
Yeah.
That go to show we cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I think a man's two strongest desires is to eat and have sex, right?
How did I know y'all was
Right.
gonna say that?
And a woman, I'm gonna tell you why. See, I got this question for a reason. I'm gonna tell you why. All right. And a woman's strongest desire, her two strongest desires, is to eat and protect her seed.
Yeah, like,
Right.
yeah.
Amen.
Just think
That's
about it.
that stability you were talking
Yeah.
about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you gotta understand, it was a time in life where we didn't have all the tangible things, the money, the cars and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was about survival back then. You know what I'm saying? So the woman, she had to pick the right mate who's gonna protect her, because y'all at y'all weakest when y'all pregnant, when y'all carrying.
Yeah.
So it was a time where she had to depend on that man to feed her and her seed and to protect her, because at that time we was in a lawless environment. You know, it wasn't no calling the police. You had to depend on your mate to protect you. You know what I'm saying? In a time of peril, right?
Yeah.
And a man's strongest desire was to eat so he can be strong and hunt to protect his family, right? And to spread his lineage, the seed, so they can grow up strong. You know what I'm saying? So that's our natural
But
two
what
strongest
about
desires.
today? You have to apply that to today.
No, it still is today. It still is.
Yeah.
It still is. DNA, that's DNA. No, to eat
Ain't
too.
nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So
Yeah,
all
it's
we doing
DNA.
is
It's in your
resurfacing
system.
the same thing.
Even when you today, all right, even today, when you choose your mate, that's when preference come in. Women say, my man got to be such and such height. He got to make such and such amount of money. That's still DNA. That's the same thing. She looking for that security and protection. A man, we have, because we are natural hunters at nature, we have to hunt and create everything we have. So that's why we buy the nice clothes, the tangibles. It's like back in the day when they had the spears. They just had the spears to go trump. So you had to sharpen your spears, sharpen your rock, whatever it takes to take down that prey to bring back to feed my family. But now the new material is our cars, the jewelry, you know, things that gonna get women attention. Having a stable life, a nice job, that's our weapons now. But it's still DNA.
Yeah. But this is for a one man, not one man, because this man's supposed to be doing this for one family, one wife. Not multiple, because this day and time, this nation, this generation greedy. Man see this one with this one, this woman with this one, and that one with that one. So yeah, back in the day it was meant for one man, one woman. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying, but I would have to say that you know, I'm saying, because you know, monogamy is a Western world thing. We just learn to adapt to our society. Yeah, it's Western world. If you do your history on monogamy and polygamy has been around way long, especially in Africa. And do your research. Now, it's just we born in the Western world, so we adapt to our environment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it be the jealousy in us to not want to see our mate, you know what I'm saying, outside our
Do
establishment.
you say the jealousy or just some people?
It's
don't
jealousy. I don't want to see my woman with no other person. That's a natural jealousy.
Yeah.
Especially amongst men, because men, we are territorial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a time when we had to kill to protect what's ours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's in every being in life, even amongst animals. It's only one male line per den amongst other females. Even with elephants, any animal, any creature on earth has a masculine and a feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? And that masculine energy gonna stand. Why you think whenever amongst lions, whenever the male lion get of age, the father run his ass off because he know he gonna have to challenge him for that den. It's about territory amongst men. Why you think men kill behind their woman? There's men in prison right now doing a life sentence behind killing over a woman. That's our nature. And man, we territorial. That's why we so serious behind, because you gotta understand too, men, we invest a lot in the beginning just to get y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to meet certain criteria. We have to do certain things to show that we worth you taking on us as your man. So we invest a lot in the beginning. So
Well, yeah, that's
everybody protects their investment, even women. When y'all see y'all men stepping out because you didn't invest so much into us, your heart, your soul, your spirit, then it's like, I waste my time while you doing this. So that's a natural DNA. You know what I'm saying?
right, and now that you didn't brought it up, that's something that, you know, I wanted us to talk about too. How a man put in more work than a woman when they're trying to pursue each other. Like, what do the woman do? They want the man to do all of this. Show me you can do this. Show me you can do that. But the woman, half the time in these days, like, they just seeking the benefits. What do the men benefit from trying to talk to you, trying to date you, pursue you? Women are lazy. And I've seen myself be like that. Like, I just chill back and let them worship me, like, but I don't put nothing out there. A lot of women like that.
In my opinion, I think it's right that a man can invest more in the beginning, because you're establishing leadership, you're establishing so much in that woman's eyes. You know what I'm saying? That because she's gonna have to follow your lead one day. So it's important that you show her your leadership and show her that you safe with me. I got you.
But not even just like the leadership and this and that. I'm saying effort. In the beginning, the man do so much. Let me bring her roses to work. Let me do this. Let me send her money here and there. Let me help with this, help with that. But when it comes to a lot of the women, we not doing that for the men. We making you prove yourself to us
But
that
they get it
you
over
deserve the
time.
opportunity.
I think because a lot of things that matter to y'all don't matter. We don't care about you bringing us roses.
Man,
Yeah.
it
You know
ain't
what I'm
about
saying?
that though, but
That's-
men be wanting women to do that type of stuff. They feel like, dang, we gotta do all the work. Men want some, you know, royalty.
Want me to tell you what's important to men, and I think I'm gonna say it across the board amongst all men, because it takes a small amount of action to please us. When we come home and the house clean, when you cook us something to eat, when we see you taking care of the kids, that shit matters way more than any material or any flowers you can bring us. When we come home from work and we ain't gotta argue, it's peace. It's a peaceful environment. That shit carries more weight than any tangible thing you can give us.
Yeah, don't he?
Talk
about he speaking
talk about it. Let me understand. Maybe you can give me some game.
But that's not like it too. When I come home from work, I want to get
Okay, but what is the no argument? Is it something that we gotta talk about, or is it something that you don't want to talk about? I don't understand.
just bringing up stuff for no reason.
All right.
What is the no reason part? That's what I'm trying to
All right.
figure out. You better believe it.
All right, now, better check this out. I'm gonna make you understand. I'm gonna help you understand.
Okay.
You know how women say, like, read my body language or read my mood swing. You want your man to kind of know the mood swing, right?
Yeah,
And we saying the same thing. Sometimes when I come from work, I've been wrestling with the white man at the job all day. Some things can wait. Know my mood swing. Know when I'm ready to talk, and know when I just need peace and quiet right now to settle my mind. That's knowing your mate.
You right.
Knowing your mate.
No, not if the mate don't wanna talk Monday through Friday, but the mate wanna twing twang. But in the midst of that Monday through Friday, hold on, in the midst of that Monday through Friday, can I talk? Thank you. In the midst of that Monday through Friday, we really couldn't talk about my mental, the health, the twing. So you want to read your emotions, but when we ain't established and talked about what needs to be talked about during the week, but you ain't read my emotions to say, oh yeah, we really do need to talk about this at least once out the week. But you want me to,
All right, I feel what you're saying, but the difference between what you're talking is you talking just to be heard. We want the sex to keep. That gives me the motivation to go deal with the white man again at the job. See, now, my need is a part of survival. You just want to be heard. And I'm not saying that what you got to say is not important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, let me take a shower. Let me wind down, and then bring it to me.
But don't dismiss or deflect from what needs to be discussed. We still have to communicate.
I agree.
So what y'all tend to do is just start doing other stuff, by deflecting, and we never have those conversations. So now you got a wife who got some build up tension.
A woman,
but we don't want to get it as soon as we come in the house.
Yeah. Man, I'm glad I got a man on the panel with me, man. I'm glad I got a dude on the panel with me, man. Somebody feel me.
After 5 days, then now we gotta dish it out to you all in one day because you had chosen not to listen in that 5 days. So you said, oh wait, but you want the ching chong in the 5 days. Wait,
bringing up
so it's just rolling in us. Like, no, you don't want to hear it in the 5 days. So now the day that now I'm tripping, the day I'm going to dish it out. No.
Right, and now y'all think as the time go by, oh, it don't matter no more. No, we still gotta discuss it.
But once y'all bring it up, y'all want to keep bringing it up.
It doesn't matter because we done pushed it down for so long.
Like, I'm gonna tell you something about men, right? That's different from women. Women, y'all like to talk about the problem, which is nothing wrong with it. Y'all like to. Men, we more like the talking part is the headache. How we gonna solve it?
Y'all
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, you feel like
how we gonna solve it? I don't want to hear the complaint.
No, to solve the problem, you gotta talk about the problem to get a solution.
But that's how women do. All right, women, y'all like if the house, like it's like this with women. If say for instance, if the car needs fixed, right? Y'all want to talk about how we gonna get the paint, when we gonna get the paint. Men, we like, man, bugger, let's go get in the car and go get the paint. I don't want to have to deal with all that. Yeah, you want the car painted, let's go get the paint.
But how long it take y'all? You gotta get to complain about it. How many times before you say, woman, let's get in the car and go get the paint?
Because we be having other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying?
It might
I'm gonna tell you something. It's a lot of stuff that men have going on that we don't even tell y'all.
There's a lot of stuff that we got going on that we even don't tell y'all.
Like this with life that we don't. It's a lot of shit that go on with men that y'all think because y'all our mate, like, baby, let me help you solve it or share what's on your mind. Men not like that. We like to figure this shit out ourselves. Let me play my role.
But you I
know, but the thing about it, some things are made for us to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that helps us grow. You know what I'm saying? Men get stronger and grow by what they go through. We gotta walk through certain shit to find ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We know y'all want to support us, but sometimes it's like pressure is made for shoulders, not hips. Let us deal with this shit.
So why don't you deal with that before you pursue the woman? So it's already
because life happens. You can't pick and choose when life happens. life happens even when you in relationships and marriage. Shit happens. But I need the room and the
And when
backing
you get
and trust
and-
to let me figure this shit
Hold
out.
on, and when you get the room, the back end, and what's that, you still ain't figured it out. Because
No,
90% you come back, and then we gotta help you figure this shit out.
Well, then everybody needs help at some time, but give me the opportunity to try to do it
For
myself.
how long?
It's not on your time, and that's what you thought. See, you
If
thinking
it's
out
a
of
part of our
self.
life, it
You
is.
no, it's out of no, it's not that. That's a selfish act on your part to want it done when you want it done. Life don't work like that. We have our own identity within a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Shit don't work when you want it to work. The marriage is not just about you, or the relationship is not just about you.
But if it
You know what
depends
I'm
on
saying?
when the lights get cut off, or if we got
Yeah.
food on the table, it does, because we need to protect our seed. Ain't that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Now, when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Flip it on.
it's like, but I still feel like you should
Nah,
give
see
your
what I'm saying?
man
You
a
trying
chance
to
to figure it out.
justify.
It's not justifying. It's not
Stuff.
justifying. It's not justifying. You still should allow your man the space to be in his masculine and try to figure it out. I'm pretty sure before he let his family go down, he gonna confide in his wife, like, baby, help me understand or
Now
help
we
me
trying to
figure
put
this
out
out.
fire.
But you, Lord, but this the thing. You not. This the thing. You gotta understand your position in the marriage. God made you for us. We was here first. God made you here for us to make us see the light.
So you want us to put the pie, hurry up and do this.
Understand your position in the marriage.
Nah, you ain't about
Understand your
You're not
position in
about
the
to
marriage.
struggle me. You're not about to keep on making me high, low, slide.
Well, guess what?
That's why
Ain't no marriage is perfect. It's ups and downs. When you said I do, the preacher said, till death do us part, through thick and thin. That's a part of the struggle. Nowadays, women don't want to struggle. Y'all just want to be there when it's all fun and games. Life ain't just about fun and games. It's going to be up and it's going to be down. And you need to support your man through it all. Because guess what? Your man be there when you going through shit.
Hold on, let me stop you.
Because guess what? If we chose to not support you, we more or less than the men amongst other men.
You gotta let somebody else do it. You over.
Yeah, amongst other men.
Let me
Let's talk about it. I'm in here to teach you and preach.
No. Give us
You over here trying to talk over people, and we cannot respond
All
to
right.
your
All right.
stupidity.
All right. I'm a back
And
up.
if
Let
we
me
know
hear you.
that you didn't try 10 times, 20 times, and where you weak at and I am strong, let me take over. And where you
Exactly.
strong and I'm weak, I will let you
It
take
don't
over.
make you
But if
better,
you keep
man.
on doing it 10 times, how many times I know? You doing some
But
shit.
when
Talk
y'all
about it.
take over, we don't want to hear it either.
Man, talk about it. Preach about it. Hey, I'm glad you on camera, man.
It's only gonna hear though, only because we wanna make sure he got it and he understands, so we not here next month.
Yeah,
Okay?
right, yeah.
But then, like you said, everybody has the masculine and the feminine trait.
Yeah.
So if that woman is more masculine in a certain area that you're not masculine in,
A woman can't be masculine.
no.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
A woman can't be masculine.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever working, that woman is more strong in. So instead of trying to feel
All right,
like,
I
oh, I'm the
understand
man, I gotta do this, give her the opportunity to pitch
Thank
in.
you.
Quit trying to think that you the foundation of the relationship. It's two people.
All
It's
right.
not all about the man. You
Well,
want
guess
the
what?
woman to just worship the man.
No.
No, it's two. It takes
Well, guess
two.
what?
That's selfish.
The man will always be the
I'm gonna need you
foundation
to
of the
update your
relationship.
mindset.
The man will let me be clear with this. The man will always be the foundation of the relationship. The one that put his life on the line to protect the family, gonna always be the foundation. Because you gotta understand, see, with y'all modern women, it's all about money and finance. See, it was a time when check this out. It was a time when the white man wasn't hiring the black man, but men were still men in their family. They were still head of the household in their family. See, we done came into these modern times now. It's about, nigga, if you can't pay my bills, you ain't worth my time. So what it is, y'all have downgraded a man to his paycheck or to his wallet. Now, men come to the table with more, a real man, I'm going to say.
Oh, there you
A
go.
real man
That's
comes to the
it.
table with more than just his wallet.
That's it, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now, his wallet is a part of that because the real man, he provides security and protection. So that's a part of being a man.
Who
You know what I'm
put the horn
saying?
on there? Somebody got a horn. Just look at
Yeah. Hey, I'ma hold it down for all the men in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? I'ma hold it down for all the men in the world.
Also, you gotta let us speak because you haven't been letting us speak. And
All
you're
right.
trying to get your, we understand your masculine and
I apologize. I stand correct.
I'm glad.
I stand correct.
It's valid. It's valid. It's valid.
Yeah. They on me, huh?
Yes, don't be
I
valid.
stand correct. Y'all
There we
go.
go. We need balance. Thank you.
Y'all go. I'm waiting to hear.
But when you weak at she's stronger, it doesn't mean she's taking your masculine energy. 10 times, you done did it 10 times, and 10 times you don't know nothing, you ain't studied the fit. No, you done failed. No, let her take. But when you
Let me
got
correct you. You can't never take a masculine man.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't say
Yeah, you
take
did.
it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
said
You
let her
said
take
that.
over where she's strong in. I didn't say
All right. I can agree with that.
and learn from that, adapt to that.
Stop thinking you can't learn from a woman because you're a man.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You learned from your mama, didn't you? She was a
I'm gonna tell you
woman.
something. I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't talking to no millennium guy. I understand that a lot of men's wisdom come through a woman.
Right.
See, I'm one of them niggas that know that because you know my mama was
So
one
y'all
of
need
the
to
women.
worship women. That's
Nah, it ain't no worship. Yeah, ain't no
No,
worship.
it ain't even about that.
I can honor my woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can protect, I can hold up my
There we
woman.
go. That's
But a lot of man's wisdom do come from women.
Yeah.
That's why a woman turns a man's house into a home.
That's right.
The woman creates that environment inside that house.
Yeah. Fact.
She can do things in that house that a man can't do, and men understand it. So it's not that we on some gender wars type thing. We just trying
We didn't
to
say all that.
establish that.
We didn't say all
We
that.
just trying to establish that everybody has a role in that relationship. And if we be the best in what the roles we play, is to bring the success of the relationship. That's all men trying to say. We don't like confrontation.
You just did.
See, because the thing about it with men, the thing about with us, with men,
They know what buttons to put.
yeah, and the thing about it with men, we about reaction. See, the things our women say to us, can't no other man say to us, because somebody gonna die. Men kill each other. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it, sometimes our woman, because y'all know us, y'all take us to that point.
Yeah.
And men, when we get to that point, it's wartime.
Yeah.
And then we gotta suppress our natural defense to war because we dealing with somebody we love.
Yeah.
But that shit stresses us out.
And
Because whenever we get to that point with a man, we exercise that option of war.
yeah.
It's wartime. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do war on a woman. So.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta
know what I'm saying?
find
So
different
now I gotta find a way how to deal with you differently.
And it's just how to communicate. Because if we learn how to communicate effectively, we would not have to worry about waging war.
But see,
I'm supposed to be your peace.
And most of the time we
I
go
know, but a lot of times y'all don't bring us.
But if we communicate, but if you
You know what I'm saying?
and the
communicate,
reason that y'all think we don't bring y'all pieces because it's stuff that we need to talk about, and if it's not fixed, a real woman, then y'all say we tripping or this. If it's fixed, then y'all have more peace. When it's not fixed in y'all peace, it's crazy because y'all think that. But if I fix the problem, if I fix the problem with her, I have more peace, not just like sweep it under the rug, don't talk about it or nothing. Because peace goes with communication, and when communication goes with peace, and what peace goes with communication. So why is that not more talked about in relationships?
I'm gonna say something that may be controversial.
well,
I don't think women got communication like they think they have.
oh,
What you think about this?
stop.
We didn't
Y'all
talk
love to talk about communication.
We didn't, like you said, as your mother taught you communication. Come on now.
And then we going on YouTube. Now they say get a whiteboard. We didn't got the whiteboard. This gotta be done. This got
You go over the whiteboard.
See, all right, that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
Hey, Hey, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna be right back.
Good
I
job.
need-
So they be, if they really put, they'll be on the Voices in My page.
Hmm.
Do something with yourself.
That'd be cool because it all gonna make sense.
Yeah,
Y'all ready?
Cause we
Yeah,
were making it.
Yeah, we back with it. I got a new question I'm finna bring to the panel. Yeah, and it's gonna make sense. Check this out. I got a question. What's more important in a relationship out of communication and comprehension?
Comprehension. Big time comprehension. Because you can
Because we
communicate.
all scream communication.
Right, no, comprehension. Because you can preach or keep having conversations about a topic, but guess what? It's going through one ear out the other. They don't comprehend what you mean. They still question it, and it's like they don't open their minds to another perspective. They only want to believe what they believe. So even when you communicate, it's like, oh, we just talked about it to talk about it, but I really don't give a fuck what you talk about because that's not something I believe in or that I really feel.
Right? And I feel like if you don't give a fuck what I talk about, say that. Cause then that come with what you say, communication, say that. So I don't feel like what you talk about right now, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'd rather you say, so next time you can say that, but when it's really time to talk, we gotta talk. So people like, oh, I heard that. Really you didn't because you wasn't ready to talk about that.
Right.
So say that at that time. I'm not ready to talk about it.
And I would say comprehension because everybody's belief system was programmed, they're pre-programmed according to how they were raised. So
Right.
how you perceive something and how you comprehend it may be totally different. So comprehension to me.
Right. We about the same comprehension because I wouldn't know what you mean. You want to communicate, but I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. And that's what I would say because comprehension is the understanding because I can hear you talking to me, but if I ain't fully locked in on what you're telling me, it's like it's going through one ear after the other. And that don't necessarily mean I'm not hearing what you're saying. It's not registering to me right now.
We'll say that.
Maybe because I got other shit on my mind or anything. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I think, and I say this probably could be a flaw on me, a lot of times we hear a woman saying something and just
What
to
you saying something that I actually do that's wrong?
and you know, not it's like we don't want to argue, so we don't want to be like, I ain't trying to hear this right now. We'll just listen to it, let you get it off your chest, but the whole time that shit going through one end out the other.
Yeah.
We do that sometimes, so you know what I'm saying? I will say that. But yeah, comprehension. We have to I think the comprehension is we on the same page. We understand what we're dealing with and we understand how to execute and bring back results. So yeah.
That's the best thing you have said in 2023.
Don't do
A little bit of growth.
That's
Hey,
good.
hey.
You see how they work together.
Yeah, you see?
Still don't hear.
Yeah, I told you. I see. And they wonder why we operate how we operate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I was just vibing with you. You feel me? I was just vibing with you. Said that was a good thing.
I'm still gonna be here. All right. I'm gonna come with another one.
You gotta
This-
DM the page. You wanna come? You gotta DM the
Yeah.
page.
DM the page, man. Voices and vibes, man. DM the page. Voices and vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube also. Check this here out. I would say, this is a question. This is another question. It say, what does marriage looks like to you? In your point of view, in your just personal, what does a marriage look like to you? Or what you think, like how you think it's supposed to be?
So, with the kind of woman I am, because I love my personal time. I love being independent and entrepreneur. For me, a marriage, something I can commit to for a lifetime, I would say, things need to be not fully equal, but we have to be able to share certain things because I enjoy being able to take care of myself with certain things. and I also enjoy helping someone else, so doing for the man as well. So I'm not going to be able to be in a marriage long term with someone who just doesn't allow me or doesn't want me to do certain things because he want to be masculine, like he's just a man. But it's like, it's not about that once you're in a marriage or a relationship. You have to start thinking about comfort for long term. That's how it can last. And for me, I want to be able to pitch in sometimes. Like, I don't want you to just take all the bills. I'm not that type of woman. You can pay the rent. I do all the rest of the bills, but I don't want you to just doing everything because I don't want you to feel like it's all on you. Because just like anybody in life, we all have struggles. Things are up, the things are down. So if the man is doing everything when things are down, what are y'all gonna do? Because the woman is not even prepared or has the income or whatever the case is to pick up the slack. So I don't want to be in a marriage with someone who is responsible for everything. Like, I want you to know, like, hey, I'm here too. You know, it might be your birthday month or whatever, like I said before, like, you don't gotta pay the bills. I got the bills this month. It's cool, you can relax, do what you want with it. I don't want him to just feel pressured because of what people think the standard or feel the standard for relationships are, for him to feel like, oh, financially everything is on me. No, let me pitch in. That's something I enjoy to do. That's part of my masculine energy that I got because I was raised by a man. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something that I grew up knowing. And then not only being raised by a man, but he wanted me to be a boy. So a lot of qualities that a man should have when it comes to stability and, you know, making sure everything is on point, I got that from my father. So I want to be able to help my man. And then not only that, I see men, even though, even,
I didn't say that.
even though as a majority, when it comes to men, they try to say, they advertise as if, oh, we don't want help from a woman. No, when I speak to certain men, they make it vocal like, yeah, we say we don't want this, we don't want that, but at the same time, we love those type of women. We love to have that. You know, that's a lot of pressure for the rest of your life to feel like this is all on my shoulders. No, let me pitch in. That's something that I want to do for you. It's not all about me. I don't feel like the marriage or the relationship is all about me. No, it takes us both. So whatever you desire or whatever you need to live a fulfilling life, I'm going to provide that for you. I'm going to pitch in. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make you feel as comfortable as I want to be feeling comfortable. No, this is a teamwork. I don't believe in it just one person to be worshiping the other. No, we're going to worship each other. Let's do this.
Why you use worship?
Well, I say worship because, you know, when I deal with men, it's like, that's something that I'm passionate about. I want to please you.
But
and I'm not just saying
of worshiping.
Yeah.
I'm not even
that man.
right, because I'm not just saying
man.
sexually. Because when people say, "Oh, she want to worship a man," they mainly just focus on sexually. It's not sexually. I want to worship you mentally. I want to worship you spiritually. Like, I want to show you a different aspect than what's advertised. Because love can be way deeper than that. I love pleasing a man in every aspect. That's something that's just so comfortable for me. It's kind of like a sport. So it's like, if we thinking long term, we got to do that to each other, because as much as I want to give it, I want to be able to receive it too. I want to be able to feel what it's like from what I'm doing for you. Come on, let's talk long term. That's something I can live with for a lifetime. But I don't want a man or myself to feel like this is my only duties for life. No, we going to both do this shit together, because I grew up with a married, my parents were married. Guess what? So I know what they wanted. I know what they liked in their marriage, because now that's what I learned from them. So I'm ready to get it to a man and him to give it back to me, reciprocate.
Read the question, lady. She took about 20 minutes, and I was like, how long she gonna go?
It's like,
Go ahead.
what does marriage look like to you, like personally? Like what's your idea of marriage, or you know what I'm saying? What it looks like to you?
Compromise, everything not gonna be 50-50. Being able to understand each other, being able to also keep your well, I see now a lot of people put a lot of bad things about their relationship online, so keeping it in the house. Certain things are very sacred. Just being understanding, taking mentorship when needed, taking therapy when needed, and being able to know that humans change. You got to adapt to the human, and you should be changing as well. Have your own time, spend your own time by yourself. Still have your own money. I think both sexes should have their own, money independence, own friends, That's it. That's about it. That's about it.
Okay.
All right. So because I'm a newlywed,
Congratulations.
yeah, we'll be a year April 2nd, and I can speak from experience. What I told my husband was our marriage was our marriage. I didn't want our marriage to look like our parents or what we thought the world told us what marriage looked like.
Right.
Because we're individual. We're cut from a different cloth. We're not of the world. We don't operate like a lot of people. We have a lot of wisdom. We have a lot of knowledge through those experiences from our parents. So let's not do what they did. Let's do something different. Let's make it our own. So that's what marriage to me. Once you understand your partner, you understand them, their background, because we've all been through something, traumatic. And a lot of times, if you understand your mate and what they've been through, and y'all communicate and y'all talk about it, that marriage could be powerful. You don't have to go through what your parents did. Back in the day, they used to sweep stuff under the rug. Communication, we have to learn how to communicate. I was telling my husband some stuff about me that he did not know, and it was hard for me to open up to him about it. But because he allowed me and he created this safe space for me to talk to him, I felt like let me tell him what it is I'm needing and why I act the way I act. Because understanding too, like you said, comprehension and communication, they go hand in hand. You have to be selfless in a marriage. So I think that's what marriage looks like to me. It's individual. It's tailored to the people entwined. It's not what the world, glamorizes and say these roles are for this man and these roles are for this. No, we're individuals. It's individual to everybody. We're different levels. We're not of the world. We kings and queens. That's what matters. Okay, I like that, girl. Tap in. Thank you, Raven.
Well, I look at marriage like I was brought up from the country, Louisiana.
Know what's up, Mississippi.
Our family is doing a lot.
So everything is just like.
Here you go. That's not country. You said Louisiana, and I said Mississippi. Here you go. But you, no.
So country-wise, it's like we was all family oriented, and like back then, like you say, the man always took care of everything, like worked while the woman in the house and everything, take care of kids or whatever. I mean, I know it's a different age now, but like for me, marriage is just like just being close to each other, being trying to learn new things. Cause I've been through it before and it ain't go right. So I had to really pray, like going through it again and everything. So.
You know what the man said? He said, pray.
I
believe in God.
Yes, I had to really pray, and I mean, I thank God for what He brought me through, because it just I learned more than I ever did from before, and then when I'm going to something new, it just taught me things I can do better and everything. So marriage is just like being very family oriented.
All right.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna say, with me, I think marriage is about first building a foundation that solid we can stand on to protect us in times of peril when shit get rough. Because I think if you got a solid foundation, you can stand the rain. And I think it's about also responsibility in that marriage, because I have a responsibility and my mate has a responsibility, and if we stick to that responsibility, that helps the marriage prolong. And also about duty. I have a duty as a man to protect and provide by all means, because like my parents, they've been married like 45 years and they still together. And that's what I seen my dad do, and I seen that blueprint work, you know what I'm saying, amongst other people in their time. Now, like you said, marriage is different nowadays. It's a little different, but I think the fundamentals are the same, you know what I'm saying? So I think if and I think I believe in gender roles. I believe a man's supposed to be a man, and I believe a woman should be a woman. I think uh, the man protects his house from the outsiders in his way, and I think the woman protects her house too by how her kids act,
Right.
by how she acts. She protects her family in a different way. For as how she send her kids to school, how she educate her kids, or how she dress her kids, they mannerism. You know what I'm saying? She protects in that fashion. I protect from the provision aspect and from strangers or outsiders that's not wanted. You know what I'm saying? In a physical standpoint. So we both provide protection. I think a woman, she protects her house through far as health, how she feed, because I think a woman she nurses her family through her kitchen, feed them the appropriate foods, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, because that's what the family strive on. You know what I'm saying? They say a lot of times a woman heals her family through the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in gender roles. They are important. And I'm not the gender role that say a woman can't work. I think the best gift a man can give his woman is giving her the option to work. If you want to work, I'm going to support you. If you don't, I'm going to support you. I think that's the best gift to give her that option. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think. Basically, building that foundation, because I think when you make a commitment to each other that's long term, within that commitment and time passed, we each change. You know what I'm saying? We can either change for good or change for bad. And in that change, I think what protects us is that foundation. You know what I'm saying? Building a solid foundation. But with that being said, we're gonna take another break and we're gonna be right back. I want y'all opinion on this here. I want to read something. It says, I think women have no tangible investment in the marriage like men do. There was a time when the woman's father would pay for the wedding, which was the tangible investment. So women were more likely to work through their marriage because of their father's investment. Nowadays, men are responsible for the ring and the wedding, and also the marriage. The women has, hold on, because I'm just saying what somebody said me. The woman has no tangible investment, so it's easier to leave a situation they have no investment in. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Somebody send it to me.
If I ain't invested nothing, then it's easy to cut you off next caller. You know what? But if I invested my time, then I'm gonna put a little effort. But then again, if I feel like it ain't worth my time, next caller, I'm not one of them women that get stuck, mentally stuck, like, oh my God, I can't move on, this and that. No, I know my worth, so baby, next, because I know the right man, or really any man, because I get a lot of attention. Guess what? They gonna want the type of woman I am, so I don't give a fuck about you. I'm not gonna chase you, baby. You gotta chase me. I don't approach men, the men approach me. I know I'm the prize.
Watch this. I got a controversial question. I got a controversial question. Who determines your worth? You or the person that's pursuing you?
I do.
Huh?
You know how I do, because I know what I bring to the table.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I build myself up for the type of relationship I want. I build my character. So I know how valuable I am.
That sounds good, but
You ain't even in the thought. You asked her a question.
I said that sounds good. I said that sounds good. But look, this is the thing. This what I'm gonna tell you what reality shows us, that women determine men's worth and men determine a woman's worth.
You help.
Hear me out. No, hear me out. To get the type of woman you want, women establish a foundation of what they want in a certain type of man. And guess what men do? We accommodate that. if we want that type of woman, right? A successful man gonna tell you the type of woman he wants, and women accommodate that by becoming that type of woman, right? Not saying you transition into whatever he wants you to be, but I'm saying I'm saying that foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say the type of man you want. Say if he require, I need a stay home wife, or I need a wife that got her own
But I think
business.
you're forgetting what it
or
means
something.
to know your worth. You
All right,
speaking on
all
something
right,
else,
but
knowing
see,
your worth is.
but see, the
no,
thing
no.
about knowing your
Do you know-
worth,
do I need to pull up
if
the
you ask
definition?
the average person, right? See, we talking reality. If you ask the average person, they gonna say their worth is up here because don't nobody want to cheat themselves and downgrade themselves. But society and reality gonna show you what your worth, because you can get a ugly ass female fat as hell, and she gonna say her worth way up here.
But no, listen.
The world not gonna show her that.
The
We talking about
look,
reality.
Look, when we talking worth, we saying like women who let men keep manipulating them, cheating on them. They learn from those experiences what their worth is. I know I deserve better than this. I know. Like you learn. That's
kind of hard
when we
for me to
talk about
believe
worth.
it.
That's what worth is. Same way a man can deal with a woman that use them, have kids on them, this and that. But in that process, he learned. He learned his worth. He learned that that's not what he deserves.
All right,
That's
no,
worth. That's worth.
All right,
That's how you know.
This is the thing about reality, right? This is the thing about reality. If that same man you talking about allow a woman to abuse and misuse him, that's your worth, because you only put up what you tolerate.
He
Right?
don't know his
So
worth.
that's your worth.
what it is.
It's not the world's responsibility to show you your worth. You know what I'm saying? It's not nobody else's responsibility for your downfall. The world gonna respond to how you put yourself out there. So if I allow a woman to misuse and abuse me, that's my worth at the time.
But that's how you learn too.
Huh? But the thing about it is, the woman that I meet gonna show me my worth, and I'm gonna show her worth by how we value each other. You feel what I'm saying? How we value each other. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you help a person
What's
learn
that?
that?
Because the thing about it is, my woman can be a value and an asset to me, but another man, he probably can't do nothing for him.
But then that's growth in where you are, because we're learning from experiences. So now we're at another level, and our worth has went up. You know what I'm saying? Through those
It's a
experiences.
process.
I
You don't just
agree,
wake up perfect.
but you know how they say
Nobody's perfect.
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's a fact.
So
But you can't
what
give
may
somebody
be good
else
for
peace.
me in the stage I am in my life, you go to a man that's in a better stage to me, what you think your worth was may not be worth to him. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I know we all think that we want to think highly of ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying what reality and life gonna show you.
You have
That's
to-
why at certain levels, I know that if I seen Rihanna in the club, I'm not on Rihanna level. That's my maturity to be enough to accept it.
Right.
So I'm not gonna even try to approach that woman. That don't mean I'm worthless. I'm just saying. Beyonce too.
I know you, but
Beyonce
Beyonce
too.
man.
But I'm just saying, a woman of that caliber understands that I'm not ready for that. But that's the maturity in me to be able to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Even though, but that don't mean I'm worthless, because I'm not ready for her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The woman I date, she gonna show me what she value in me. If I'm a value to her, and she gonna show me that she's valuable to me. And that's all I'm saying.
When you're seasoned. That's when you older. Let's talk about the younger generation. They have a hard time figuring it out. So they have to go through so much stuff because you learn that once you've had experience with this and that. These people like me, like we just coming out here, like I'm figuring this stuff out.
And but coming out there, then y'all got, I see you.
But the same way you learned the wisdom you have when it comes to relationships, you had to learn that from experience. You didn't just wake up like, oh, I know this, I know that. So it's harder for people. So what I noticed is a lot of
But
people
y'all not
can't
even,
judge.
no, it's not.
How can you judge when you was in that position before?
But you can tell a person.
Help us.
how to
Stop
do it.
trying to belittle us. Help us.
You can
I don't think it's the belittling. It's like the same.
No, because y'all be talking down like, oh, the younger generation, this and that. Help us. You want to talk trash? Help us, because y'all done been in our shoes before.
But
How can we learn wisdom from y'all when y'all talk down?
Y'all gotta
They
receive
go one
more.
mic at a time so everybody can be heard.
Okay, what I was saying was sometimes the younger generation is not in receiving mode. We want to show and tell y'all, because I got an 18-year-old, I got a 20-year-old, and I'm trying to tell them, like, you see what I went through. I raised 4 kids as a single mother to get y'all to this point, like, learn from my mistakes, but sometimes y'all just gotta bump y'all head, and we gotta let y'all bump y'all head so y'all can learn. Absolutely, but it's okay though. We here to love y'all through it all.
And it's the bump in y'all head. It's hard to disrespect too when we tell y'all. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, when we tell y'all, cool, no problem, you ain't gotta listen, or you can do it, you know what I'm saying? But then you disrespect, like, you look stupid. Like, because I didn't seen it. Then not only that, we didn't have social media. Then you keep on putting it on social media. So then we like, this some dumb shit. So of course, eventually it's gonna put to us like, what the fuck is that? It's not that we disrespecting y'all, it's like, what the fuck did y'all keep on doing this? We trying to tell you that we did this, but y'all putting it down on air, like people to see
But
it.
y'all need to say it in a way that'll resonate with them so we can receive the message. But y'all say it in the point of view of already knowing. Put yourself in our shoes, and that way you can help us better, rather than just trying to say from your mindset, oh, this is the way you should do it, this and that. That's not helping us. You're not putting yourself in our shoes. You just speaking from your own experience. Put yourself in our shoes. That way the message come across better. That's why when we listen to certain motivational things, we can only listen to people in our age group. Why? Because they speak in a way that we can receive the message instead of just listening to the way y'all want to speak because y'all are older.
Because y'all not wise.
Well, we got to get there. Therefore, you have to put yourself in other people's shoes before you try to give your opinion and give advice. Come on now, let's be real. You was there before, and if an older person tried to tell you certain things that didn't resonate on
But
you.
that don't excuse your misfortune though. Like that don't excuse. That's no excuse because a wise person learns from others' mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's a painter that's painting a house and been painting a house for 30 years, and he see me fucking up and he tell me something and I just dismiss everything he said, that's the foolishness in me, not him.
Right.
You gotta understand wisdom when it's being taught. You can't teach nobody snap. You gotta have your own snap. And some people just have to learn themselves. Like I was one of them kids. I had both of my parents raised me right in the church and everything, and I still fucked up. Because I was one of them kids that had to learn for myself.
Absolutely.
Some people just got to learn for themselves. You can tell them you can do everything. And now, see, I'm going to tell you the difference between the older generation and the new generation, these millennium
What
kids.
y'all call?
I'm gonna tell you the difference between my generation, because my generation, they used to call, I'm 43, they used to call us generational X because we was with the game banging generation. That was the game banging era, right? The difference between my generation and these modern generations, even though we did some of the same shit, we had respect.
Yeah.
When we was in the hood hustling or smoking weed, when the elder, somebody, mama, grandma would come outside, guess what we do? We put the weed out or we try to hide it. This generation, they gonna be smoking, cussing, drinking, fuck around, cuss your grandma out, she come outside. You know what I'm saying? We had respect. Even though we did what we done, we still committed crime, we still did the same shit, but we had respect. We respected our elders. We grew up with respect. You know what I'm saying? When the elderly lady come walking down the block, we put up the weed. We put the weed out. We act like we wasn't doing what we doing.
Why I gotta carry somebody goes?
We open the door for them. We see an elderly lady come in the store. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Nowadays, they don't give a fuck. Yeah. And that's the difference.
But you ain't gonna really rob the gangster because you really a house gangster. Now, y'all, what y'all call? I forgot. These millennium kids, they house gangsters.
But what I can say, because of the time that we're born in, it's like we have more freedom. I don't care who you are. You could be my mama, my grandma. Respect is earned is given. So, you know, the principle is the same across the whole board. I don't care who you are. Yeah. But that's because of the freedom that I grew up in. It's like, I don't care who you, respect your elders, respect me. no, the principle applies across the whole board. I don't care who you are, but that's because, you know, that's the environment I grew up in. We strong on our freedom. We don't
And it's
give a
only
fuck.
because the world made y'all that strong, okay?
Yeah.
The world did that to y'all.
Y'all going by like this fly.
And that's why y'all dropping dead for real at a younger age, because y'all disrespecting y'all parents. The world told us we can't whoop our kids, that's child abuse. So
Right.
guess what? Now
It
y'all
is.
protected by law. So now
But
y'all
the law
being
can beat
disrespectful.
y'all.
Okay.
When-
Make
They
it
never
make
bought you
sense.
any cereal.
Make it
When-
make sense.
When freedom comes
Are
responsibility.
real, absolutely. And that's why they dying at the young, rapid age that they are now. And it's bad.
Now, respect is given, you're right, but the certain things y'all just be off the, y'all off the chart.
Too much freedom.
Too much. Like,
I can
y'all.
agree
kinda-
with guys
you
on
kinda-
too much freedom.
Too much time.
We kind of got off topic with that one, but I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it with this question.
Thank you.
This controversial. This controversial now. It says, who has more respect in a relationship/marriage, either your boss, your man, or your husband?
What you mean, man?
Your man.
Well,
Your,
why-
in a
If
relationship, it's not your, if
no,
it's a
so your
boyfriend.
boss, your boyfriend, and the husband, because it's a
Who
difference
has,
between your
who
boyfriend
has,
and the
yeah,
husband.
who has more respect? Because they are relationships. It's a work relationship, intimate relationship, and a marriage relationship. So who has more power? Who has more say so? Who has more respect?
Oh, you talking about your,
Well, I
your
think-
work boyfriend.
No, your
I'm
boss.
just saying,
Your
like,
boss.
period, because, you know, some people put their work before their relationship.
Some women will disrespect their husband and go right to work and say yes sir to their boss.
Right.
So who has more respect?
But I feel like it
But there's
depends on
been
the,
having this number for I don't know how long. The girl really don't. And I tell my this my new number. I know them for 16. I'm sorry.
so look, I think it all depends on the dynamic of the relationship because, you know, with the type of men I'm kind of experiencing now, I guess I gotta submit a little bit. I gotta turn down my aggressiveness, whatever. But
Make you make sense. First you say you'll do for a man, and
yeah, but it's
But
it's hard for me to submit sometimes because I'm so independent. I don't need you. You an asset,
That ain't
but I
not-
don't need you. But I have to tone that down and let him be the man. Because I'm used to being my own man because I'm so independent. I live by myself. So
You say
now
you don't need a man or you don't need him.
I don't technically need a man, but it's a want. It's
You don't-
something
you
that I
don't-
know
so
that
you
will
don't
help my
feel-
life.
You don't feel like you need a man. You don't think a man is a necessity.
No, I've been taking care of myself. So from
not,
what
not,
I'm
not the materialistic
right
part we
outside
talking
of
about.
sex, that's something I need from a man. But like when it comes to stability,
So
I'm
man
capable of doing that. I've been
man
doing
is
that.
so cause I'm listening to what you're saying. So man is
He's trying to comfort me.
is down yeah.
Mic drop.
He's only
She gotta
limited
still
to
keep
his wallet and his sex.
No. First of all, I don't.
I'm going by what you
No, but
said.
look, first of all, let me just say, the people who dated me, y'all know God feed me because they was bums. But I don't just look at your pockets. I look at the character of what you provide for me. It's not about the money because I've always been
But that what you
stable.
that what you just said. Because
Right,
you said,
but what
because
I'm
you said-
saying is I'm not worried about what they bring as it comes to like money and this and that because I know how to take care of myself successfully.
All
So
right.
having a man is just an asset. It's not something that I need to survive. You get what I'm saying? All I need a man for is sex.
Oh, no,
So
no,
so
no,
so
no,
you see now I thought I was wrong. I thought I was wrong.
That's
Hey,
young
you
age.
see, but see, hey, but
That's
you see,
what
that's
it
why I
is.
say. So you see why I asked that question? You downgraded a man to just a wallet and sex, because you say I take care of myself, so I don't need his finance. I just need him for sex. So
I'm sorry
now
for the younger
you
generation.
downgraded a man to just sex and his wallet. Like he don't bring no other assets.
Okay.
You gotta keep
I
living. She's still young. You gotta keep
Yeah.
Well,
living.
see, I listen. I pay attention.
I'm a little masculine. I can't. I gotta
You're not
admit to
masculine.
it. I'm very.
You're not
I can
masculine.
teach a man how to
No,
be a man.
You
No,
portray
no.
No, you can't.
Listen,
You
a
got
lot
smoke
of
going
my
up to do.
exes,
Yeah, you got smoke going up to do. No, you can't.
no beef with none of y'all, and not trying to talk trash, but I've taught some of my exes.
They finna tear your ass up on your line.
I've taught some of them how to be a man, and it's like
You
I
can't-
shouldn't know
you
how to
can't
do
teach
your
a man how
job
to
better
be a
than
man.
you.
You can't teach a man how to be a
Yeah,
man.
some of these, look, maybe not a man like you, but you got some weak-minded men that need some guidance. Yes, I know how to manipulate that situation.
But see,
I know how to
the
plant a
thing
seed
about
in
a
your
man-
head to get
but But
to
see,
be the man
the
you
thing
need.
about a man, tell me if y'all agree. The thing about a man's character is not flexible. A man is a man.
Right, a man.
It's one standard of a man. It's not this kind of man or that kind of man. It's one standard of a man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a man is a man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I say you can't teach a man how to be a man.
Well, I'm dealing with boys right now. Boys trying to become
Now,
men.
that's a better.
That's still boys trying to become men. So
you
there
should
you go.
have to
What singer that was say she ain't raising no man?
Can't raise no man.
You can't. A woman can't make.
Yeah, but I'm in a generation where it's a lot of boys trying to become men, so I can't relate to y'all just having men and
But in
real
your
women.
but
Like
y'all
they
generation,
grown
y'all
still.
when y'all in y'all generation, that's what y'all want them to become. Y'all want them to become feminine before they become masculine. So the masculine gotta come in so they can do everything that we need them to do. But y'all making that ponytail look good or this and y'all making them go into those feminine traits, which making them more softer before they even become the man that they need to become.
I got a question for the women. What age do y'all think a boy finds his masculinity? What age? What y'all say?
35.
I would hope younger. I would say that's something that needs to be taught to them, or I hope that it's being taught to them at a younger age early on, because if you do your research, we are open to be programmed by our parents at the age, I think, up until 7. So we need to have that established then. That's why they got Boy Scouts. I'm sorry, that was kind of corny, but
Yeah.
but because some
Nah,
forms
it's
are
real.
absent.
That's
So
real.
we got Boy Scouts to try to help in, step up and teach these boys how to be men at that age because it's necessary. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you,
That's the world again.
the reason I asked that question because I think masculinity is not a physical state. It's a mind state, right? Because you can find a man that look masculine but have feminine traits.
True.
So masculinity is a mind state. So that masculinity is developed in the teen years, I would say. Because like with my father, he taught me through demonstration and word of what a man is at a young age.
Right.
And how you be respected
Right.
by other men. That's why I always tell a woman, if you want to know what type of man you got, put him in the same room amongst other masculine men. Because if he's not a man, he's going to be exposed to other men. You remember it was a time in the day where it was a time when women meet their boyfriend or their man, they bring them around their fathers or their uncles. And the women go in their room and talk, and the men go in their room. Because men, we know what a man supposed to look like. And see, like your father and your brothers, they don't want nothing from you. So they gonna give you the raw. You see, any other man, they want sex, they want other personal shit from you. So the man that don't want nothing from you, he gonna see that man for what he really is. That's why I tell a woman, if you wanna know what type of man you got, put him around other men. Because a lot of women now, they do have a misconception of what a real man is. They think because the nigga that got the gold chains and the new car, that's a man. You know what I'm saying? But men were men before they even had all those tantrums. You know what I'm saying? It's the core of the man that makes him a man. So whenever you meet a nigga that you want to invest your time in, put him around other men you respect, not what you like, who you respect.
Exactly.
Put him in a room with them niggas and watch him. And see how he carries himself.
See how they can connect.
Yeah. And see
Or
how
how
he
he
carries
break them and he fold.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because see, like I kind of understood that when I was locked out, I was incarcerated. I did time, and I done seen some of the niggas that were respected on the street, known as killers in the street, come behind the walls and develop a different character.
I already know.
All the time.
I work in the
You was a
penitentiary.
gangster out there,
We ain't last
You worked in the penitentiary, so you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
was a killer out here, but inside there,
Somebody straight up, yeah.
you feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that taught me.
Yeah.
Cause a man, a real man gonna be a man no matter what situation
Right,
he
or
is.
what
Yeah,
environment he in.
Until his life on the line, he gonna be that.
Yeah.
That's just what he is. That's not what he's trying to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women, and I'm gonna say a lot of modern women have a misconception of what a real man is, and I think they need to find that. And it could be because of fathers not being around or men in their family they don't really respect. So with that being said, we're gonna go to another break. We'll be right back.
No, I wasn't aiming for a break. I was trying to aim for you to let somebody else talk.
No, he was blowing up.
All right. We back. This next question is it's hot. We was off camera discussing. But this next question is, who's more willing to compromise out of men or women when it comes to bad sex?
Women.
Women.
I 100% women because, you know, if you know me, you know I don't have a lot of female friends. Well, at this moment I don't have any, but it's because
That's a cap.
no, that's a fact. Sister, you better tell them that's a fact. But it's because, you know, a lot of women will compromise when it comes to sex, and they can be so dissatisfied. But it's like, I love this man. I see the potential in him, not what he really showing. Let's be for real. You see the potential in him, so you stay with him, and you like, okay, he don't please me sexually, but I'm gonna deal with it because I think I love him. I see it so much. I'm not coming for none of my old friends, but yeah, like you be sitting there crying like, oh, he can't make me come. He gotta take pills. He gotta use gel, but you still with him.
Yeah.
I can't sit with no man and act like I'm satisfied. If you can't satisfy me, you gotta go. I can find a man that can love me the way that I want to be loved, that fits that preference as well. I'm not finna just have bad sex laying there. Let him do what he do to say I love him. Nah, baby, next caller. Go find you a woman that like what you bring to the table. I don't like it, man.
Yeah, I can see
What do you think, Josh?
about bad sex with women, or do they say? Yeah. I think because
You think more women willing to compromise with bad sex than men?
Yeah, because they want to say they got somebody, or they want to say, because I talk to women, and you know, just on different levels, and they were like, so you don't do this, and you in bad sex, God damn, you can't win for losing, God, shit, you ain't even getting one other. He ain't providing, then he ain't got no good sex, but some women think they need somebody just there to say, I got somebody, or that. But I feel when me and y'all have bad sex, it's over. The woman can have everything y'all need. Clean, cook, look good. And I didn't talk to men that, oh man, her sex is horrible. That's it? Why you want to see? Nah, you can't even teach her because her sex is just horrible. So I think y'all leave quicker than us. We try to fix the problem. Like, maybe if he understands, maybe he's mentally joined to me, then the sex will be good, and we still stay there. And it'd be horrible.
I believe, for the sex part, I believe they want to have a cake and ice cream and eat it too. So if it's one trait they like about you, they gonna find something else to move on, but still have you there just to fulfill that part. But I mean, I don't know. I believe that as far as the woman part,
So you think we ought to keep out for certain things?
yeah.
I agree.
The same way y'all do too.
Some
Yeah,
women.
fact. And I agree. I think a woman is more likely to compromise. But if she compromising, I believe she is finding other avenues. Like,
Man, that's what I was gonna say. She got some outside dick. That ain't compromise. That's outside dick.
That's not what she means.
The truth says set you free.
Well, that's what I meant.
She said toy. I was saying toy.
I didn't want to say it, but that's what I meant.
I was saying toy.
But
But you know,
how
some
far
women do
towards
cheat,
the
but I'm just saying, everywhere else, she can compromise on that part.
Oh no, fuck them toys. You gotta be able to do your work. You better watch porn and start studying.
Ain't got time to be teaching no grown man either. Ain't got time to be teaching no grown man.
I think it's
All right, this what I got to say. This what I got to say. This what I got to say. I think that men are more willing to compromise because I think with men it don't take a lot for us to. Now we still may cheat. We still may tell by get something different. But a nigga can have good pussy at home and do that if he want to cheat. But I'm saying that I think it's because it don't take a lot to please a man. A man gonna come. You know what I'm saying? With men, you ain't gotta look with men. You just gotta have an open mind to be willing to try.
So what
shit
if the man not getting done at all? Then what?
Hey,
That's not even sex.
I never.
That ain't even nothing to
You
compromise on.
compromise for a woman that ain't giving you none?
But but that's not even sex. That's not even sex. We talking about bad sex. We talking about bad sex. A woman that's not giving you none is not sex at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about bad sex. Like if she not really pleasing you. Like with men, you just gotta be open. You gotta be open to try shit.
I never.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I hear women that don't give head, for instance. They be like, I
That's
don't
mandatory. If I get married, we put that in the contract. That's mandatory.
Can I talk?
That's mandatory. That's going in the marriage.
trying to be-
Matter of fact, I want that on the marriage license. Must give head.
And you trying to be justified. I never seen a man that's with a woman. Maybe they don't get sex every now and then.
Once
But
a
that's
year.
good. But I never seen a man stay with a woman that say they give me bad sex. They might give it once a time. I never met a man that say. I met women say, yeah, he give me bad sex, but I'ma stay with him. I never met a man that say she give me bad sex, so I'ma stay with her.
I've seen
Man, no, that's a lie because if you look at the marriage ratio, women leave the marriage 90% over men.
I didn't say
Men don't leave marriage
Where you
because
getting that
because
I
you
didn't say
saying
that.
men will leave a woman because of bad sex. The reality don't show that. The statistics don't show that. Women leave marriages way more than men leave marriage. A man would deal with his woman not giving him good sex. Now he may go get sex from somewhere else, go get pleasure from somewhere else, but men just don't leave like that. Women leave. Y'all leave us all the time.
Quick, next caller.
Yeah, y'all leave us all the time. So reality don't show that. Men don't. You very seldom see. If a man break up with a woman and say, I don't want to fuck with you like that no more, she's a horrible woman. Because men, we don't leave like that. Why do you think it's a saying that say it's cheaper to keep her? Men, we don't leave like that. We'll put up with a whole lot of shit.
Y'all stress the whole point out to be ready to leave. Fact. Forget the try.
Oh, you still gonna throw it on the man, huh?
Yep. Nah, I'm not throwing it. I'm just speaking the real. Like, you know, you
Look
drag it out.
at what our viewers said. Some women want to be pleased, but then want to holler they ain't gonna do creative things, certain things.
That's some women though. That's some women.
Right, some.
Hey, I see you, Black Sheep 713. I like your comment. You said some real shit, my boy. You said some real shit.
But I never heard a man. I heard they say she ain't giving me enough, but I never heard a man say I got bad sex and I've been with her for this long. I never heard that part.
I've heard it. You ain't heard that?
What? Talk to her, Keith.
Because we know some women who not only they don't give it, but they don't do nothing but lay there.
Starfish.
Oh man.
They just do nothing but lay there. They think that they the prize.
Oh, but I didn't hear
that. But you not giving nothing. You just laying there. That's like fucking the dead body or something. Like, bitch, you gotta throw it back or something.
You gotta go to the dead body part. That was God. Yeah.
But that's when if you that invested in a relationship and you know you got bad sex, that's on you then.
Right. Yeah, cause you
already knew what
But
it
or
was.
if you are pansexual, that's people that don't like
Well, say that in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that you should say that. If you're pansexual, it's so many things I'm learning now that I'm on Snapchat. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? It's hard for me to believe women that say, I'm not that sexual active, or I'm not into
It's
sex
always
like
hard
that.
for you to believe.
It's hard for me to believe
But the
because,
white man will bring that out of
that's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to believe. You just don't like that nigga like that. That's what it is. Let's be real about it. Ain't no such thing because humans. The thing about humans, we are made to interact with each other. Humans are made to. That's DNA. That's design. You can't go against DNA. We are made to interact with each other, and our natural proclivity is to breathe with one another, to have sex. You can put a woman that don't like a man that's not her prototype, and a man that's not, a woman that's not his prototype, and you put them in a room together before the year out, they're gonna end up having sex. It's designed like that for us to interact with each other. Have you ever been with have you ever dealt with a guy that you like, man, he don't meet my physical requirements, but you around him long enough, you like, damn, I'm starting to like shit about him. They grow on you. That's what I'm saying. That's DNA. That's DNA. You're going to naturally find something you like about them.
I like when people grow on me because, I'm a little mean.
I'm telling you, like, that's why I don't understand. That's why I can't feel when women say, I'm just not that sexual active, or I'm not sexual like that. You just don't like that nigga you with. You tolerate him. So just say that. So just say
So
that.
that man should know that too. If he
know that and he's still there, you settling.
Yeah, you selling it. Because I'm not going to take care of a woman and put my life on the line to protect a woman that's not fucking me.
Right. Period.
Okay.
If you're not fucking and sucking me, I'm not. Why is you here? Men don't require a lot from women in our mind.
He said,
But sex, we only require a small amount from women. And you can't live through what the one thing that's there that's second most important to me.
Sex and be quiet when you come home from work.
Peace. Peace, then sex.
then sex, then peace.
No. At this point in my life, it's peace, then sex.
I was just playing around like,
I know, I'm just saying, peace, then sex.
at this point in my life,
Yeah. Now, when I was younger, give me sex, then shut your goddamn mouth. But now that I'm older, I want peace. I want peace. Like, peace is so
so
important
if
to
you with
men.
somebody and they ain't giving you no intercourse.
Don't you know what's the number one killer of men in a later age? No.
Like a peace.
It's a lack of peace. Stress is the number one killer of all men.
Not just men, it's all women too.
That's
Women
cute.
too, both ways.
Yeah, stress kills. No.
Let her
Yeah.
ask her a question. She was gonna say,
No.
can you be in a relationship with someone who don't give you none?
Hell no.
No,
Under no circumstances.
Are you?
Hell no.
when it comes to time for you to say like, yo, this what, like different things I just think just like driven like I like businesses, you might not like business, but that's what you said. When it comes to time when you say, you know what, this not really what you want. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
Like,
time,
you don't cook, you don't clean, you don't fuck me, you don't want me to touch
and
you.
the
Like,
opposite
what am I
says
here
the man
for?
too. The man like when it comes to time, why people drag people along?
See, it's certain requirements in relationships that's non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying?
These men don't know their work.
It's certain requirements. Like take for instance an airplane pilot who's flying for Delta. You can't have a bad day in relationship. On your job. Because people lies on. That's something that you gotta be good at. There's certain things in relationships that you have to be good at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something right.
We only get one life.
You know what I'm saying? It's just certain shit that if you don't have good sex, you should be willing to be open-minded for what your woman likes.
Oh no.
If you ain't slinging a dick good and she like getting a coochie, you need to practice on eating pussy good. You need to be trying to get better in certain areas.
That's vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah.
That's why I say certain things in relationships that.
So, that's what I want to say. So, if you with somebody, you're not attracted, you're not having intimacy with them. You don't love them. You don't care about them. You just because
You
you
complain.
you with somebody just because you want them to provide for
Yeah.
you, just because.
All right.
Like us, we stress our hair fall out, and we stress, we eat low.
A lot of times, I know. A lot of times, women, y'all stress yourself out.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, a lot of times y'all stress yourself out. Y'all worry about shit. They don't even supposed to be worried about.
Yeah, you ready? You got the word to say?
Yeah. Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
You live by it or you just want to read it? I'm a bad. Go ahead, chop in.
You got your own quotas?
I had it, but it's okay. Go ahead.
All
You
right.
been taking over, baby.
Well, don't get
No,
your
I'm
quote
done.
then.
I don't want to.
Well, then why speak about
Because I
something?
can.
All right, good. That's why I say women don't be talking about shit. Quote of the day. Be fearless in your pursuit of what sets your soul on fire.
I agree.
Ooh.
Because, you know, that shows, like, if you have the character built for what you want, you know, it shows that passion, that determination. And if you don't have that, then that's how you see people that say, oh, I want this so bad, but then come for me, because you ain't put in the work. You don't have the character for it. Even if you get it, you don't have the character to keep it. So that fire and being fearless and being determined to get what you want, that's what's going to set you to the point you want to be in. When you look at all these successful people, you see that they didn't put a lot of work in. It didn't just happen overnight. No, they put that work in. You know, you have to be fearless. You have to be determined. You have to really be willing and ready. You can't just say you want it. You got to walk like you want it and do the work. Period.
Right. Go, Sasha. What you got?
Yeah, you gotta be fearless, meaning you gotta believe, you gotta do it no matter what people think about you, their vision for your own vision. Some people have, you done told them they your vision and they vision fit in your vision, but then when they want to come up with something else, they want to put a disclaimer on your vision. So
Right.
Keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your vision, number one, keeping the respect that you have for yourself has to be on a high level. Confidence, assertiveness, because when you're assertive, you're more clear. When you're more clear about your what you want and you succeed and you go for it, nobody can tell you anything, or your feelings about, like, if you're going through a bad day or you sick, you still gonna do it. So all that precedes in that quote.
Right, because people are trying to do exactly what you're doing and can't be successful with it, and then they looking like, damn, they try to leech off you. What you gotta say?
Okay.
I mean,
No. Yeah,
go ahead, Ray.
So, my thoughts when it comes to the quote and being fearless, whatever you put your mind to do, even if it's new to you, because it's a lot of new stuff that we're going to be introduced to the higher we go in this world. So be fearless, do it regardless. My newest tattoo that I'm going to go and get is faith over fear.
Okay.
So as long as you do it fearless, just let your faith be more stronger than, you know, what it is you're fearing.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Women's Month, I do that. March, Women's Month.
That's my birthday.
Yes,
But,
it was. Go ahead, we'll let you go.
I mean, it's pretty much picking back off you being fearless. But now, as I grew up and looked through stuff, I give everything to the Lord now. So, like relationship, anything. Now it's just, I pray about everything.
Right, waking up in the morning.
Yeah, I pray about
Let's talk
everything.
about
I
it.
just give it to the Lord. So He'll tell me, like, if it ain't right. Instead of putting it in my own hands. So I just give it out. So that takes the stress away too.
I was telling you, thinking about the thing, you already put it in this thing.
Put it
You know,
in
he
there.
got you right
We
there.
gonna
You
hit
know,
on it first.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you go.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let's just go past the ride.
I would say I like that quote because it resonates with a situation. I can remember when I used to be in day room and on the rec yard, and me and my partner G used to be reading like self-help books, shit like preparing ourselves for the world, right?
Right.
And a lot of the other inmates, they used to be laughing.
Talking shit.
Yeah, talking shit. Man, you niggas gonna get right back out, fuck up just like everybody. Everybody
Right.
start that shit. before they get out. Y'all just doing this shit while y'all locked up, right?
Right.
And I used to laugh because, like, I was just adapting to my environment.
Exactly.
Even the guards, they were saying, "Brown, you ain't finna get out there and do shit. You gonna come right back." You know,
That's the devil.
like when I was getting released, they were saying, "We gonna save your cell for you. We ain't gonna even let nobody move in here. We gonna wait on you." Shit like this. But I already knew what I was gonna do when I get out. I just needed the opportunity to get out, right? So yeah, no matter what people say, you know, you gotta believe in what you're doing and see it for yourself and keep going. And now, shit, I'm going on 10 years out without seeing the inside of a jail.
Doing damn good.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me
So
$2.
you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Stay focused, man. You gotta just stay focused and stay tuned in
Hold on.
and locked in,
Nowadays.
and shit gonna happen for you. You know?
And then I'm talking about giving me $2. You can't buy nothing because the chips cost more than $2. I need 5.
Yeah, inflation is real.
And, you know, before we end, just to chime in on what he was saying, you know, I deal with a lot of men in prison, and it's hard to elevate.
You try to save them all.
It's hard to sometimes elevate when you're around so many people who think negative. So sometimes, you know, you gotta pray and have the discernment to know what to adapt to and what not to. And a lot of men in prison, they want you to stay on the level that they are because then you relate.
Yeah.
So you have to recognize that this is not the standard I want to live by. So forget what they saying just because, you know, it's comfortable for us to be friends or this and that, but you got to look at what you want for your life. Forget trying to be people pleasing and fit in. No, you got to recognize what's good for your life, because that's how you see people who commit suicide, because they're not living for them. They're living for what other people are saying. You have to be confident and for sure of who you are and what you bring to the table and what you're trying to pursue in life and your purpose. Because when you listen to other people, sometimes it can be a lot of pressure. Like, oh, this is the standard, what I need to be, and a lot of men don't do that. And personally, like, you know, I've met someone previously that I would have never suspected that he wanted to kill himself. But life was too much pressure for him, and because he was from the hood and he had popularity, this and that, some people set a standard for him that he couldn't live by. So you have to really be for sure and know what you want and stay away from people who live by a standard that you're not comfortable with, because it'll be too much for you to handle. Stop trying to motivate people to be like the person you are and understand what they need in life. It's not about companionship and relationships. You have to be able to live with yourself. I hate for people to kill themselves, because if they had the right people around them, that would have been prevented. But they didn't. And then when they kill themselves, people like, oh, I don't know what happened. They couldn't speak to you. They couldn't speak to nobody. Why? Because some people get so stuck in their ways that they feel like whatever I believe is what you're supposed to believe. No, put yourself in their shoes. Life is too valuable. I'm not risking my life for nobody or my freedom. I don't care about none of that. I value my life. I value the opportunity that God gave me. So I know who to remove and who not to remove, but everybody don't have that opportunity to have the mindset to know that. Help each other. You know, you got to clear your environment sometimes. It really breaks my heart when people do that, especially when they can be valuable in life and that they took their life because they couldn't live to the standards that the world says. It's right.
But all we can do on that point, like, too, we can help them and everything, but when we leave them, they gonna still probably have the mindset. But all we can do is really just pray for them.
Right, because you never know who you're going to be able to help. You never know, so just do it regardless.
I want to say that committing suicide, I kind of have a weird way of thinking on that, because I have to look at all the shit our ancestors been through. So that strength is in our DNA. The shit that we go through nowadays ain't near compared to what they went through in slavery.
But you can't compare somebody's strength to what somebody else went. That's just like when people try to give advice. You can tell them that whatever you're dealing with in life is overwhelming to you, it's too much for you. But when people give advice, they'll try to say, well, that person don't got food. That person homeless. How can you compare what that person can't handle to what I can handle? No, help me. If I'm telling you me not being able to do this, to do that is too much for me, and it's hurting my mental, and I want to kill myself. Telling me and trying to compare my life to somebody who lives less than, that doesn't help me. That's bad advice. Why would you try to give somebody advice like that and compare their life? No, that's a different scenario. What one person can handle, another person might not be able to. No, we passed the quote.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to.
Because I hate when people give advice like that.
Nah,
That's not
all right,
advice.
this my
That
thing.
can't help me. If I'm wanting to kill myself because I can't pay my bills and you telling me when he got food, he don't got food on his table, that's not going to help me figure out how to help my situation. Make it make sense.
This my thing. This my thing. Like, it's still, I still consider them people weak.
That might be true, but why not
Yeah,
help
man.
them?
I ain't say we shouldn't help, but it's still weak.
And we
Because
gotta
the
ask
thing
y'all, what
about
do help look like for y'all, so we can understand
Yeah,
what it is
yeah.
y'all need.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
like
it's not,
this.
I don't think it's just a help, and also what are you willing to apply and take action in?
Right.
I'm like this, but it still comes down to the weak. Like,
Wait,
you weak. You weak. You
Yeah.
can't,
you let the
like,
world just take
yeah.
over you.
like, cause
Right, and that's
cause
what the world will do to you.
it's a harsh world.
Everybody not strong.
But
That's
we
what I'm
can't,
saying,
but
but
the
we
thing
gotta
about
make-
it, everybody not gonna make it.
Right.
That's what you gotta understand. You can't save everybody. It's harsh. I know it sounds harsh, but everybody can. All right, would you go into a war with a motherfucker that was a month before thinking about killing themselves? You wouldn't be safe. You
No, because
yeah,
he rather sacrifice his life.
like that's an easy way out.
Right.
Yeah. You right.
Man, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I done lived in some of the worst conditions, dog. Like where, like you was in the fucking cell, like you didn't see the light of day. You didn't know when it was dark or night.
Right.
You know, you worked in the system. You know about them solitary cells and segregation cells.
I just see things.
Yeah, like you ain't. You don't know what time of the day is. You don't even know what time
I
it
can
is.
do one day.
Like, bro, it was times where
Yeah.
you writing letters
Yeah.
and come to find out your family ain't received none of them. You thinking your people done said fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing shit like they say, man, prison to turn a model nigga into a dog, cause you gotta adapt with your environment. I was on the maximum security unit, dog. Like shit was going down.
Yeah.
Like shit was going down. And
Everybody
so
can't handle that.
it's like, man, I done been in some worse situations. I done seen niggas hang themselves in a cell, couldn't go through it. But the thing about it is, like, how you want somebody to show sympathy for you when you in this motherfucker for murder?
Right. Okay. Talk about it.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna let
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's some weak shit.
And then I think
Like, I'm not, man, one thing my dad always gave me, he told me, don't put yourself in a position you can't stand the consequences.
And they'll blame God.
Everything I did, I knew the possible outcome.
Right.
So when that outcome came, I had to face this shit like a man.
Right.
My daddy told me, he say, nigga, you gotta do what you gotta do. Me and your mama gonna be here for you. You gotta lay in it. That's a part of being a man. Nigga, if you can't stand the heat, stay your ass out the kitchen.
Like you say, them being weak, because I done seen suicides of women. You know how many women I hear?
Right. Talk about it.
Like, bro, like to me, like it's hard for me to sympathize. Now, I can understand if you have a mental illness.
Right.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me you live 20-something years, 30 years, and all of a sudden a tragedy happened. Now all of a sudden you say, fuck it, let me down check out.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
It's hard for me to accept it.
Exactly.
You've been thinking clearly, you've been having no mental issues all this time. Now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
some tragedy happened. Now all of a sudden you just want to check out.
That's something they've been thinking about.
Right. I mean, it's just life, this world, period. Like, I mean,
Shit happens, bro.
shit happens.
I know,
That's
but
life.
then too, y'all really gotta, a lot of people suppress things. As a black woman, I have been taught to suppress So when I spazzed out at the age of 30, and they was looking at me like, damn, what's wrong with her? What's going on? Because I suppressed so much. So a lot of times we don't know how to deal, but I'm telling you, it get deeper than what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Yeah, all right. I can agree with that because I was one of them kids growing up. That's like a big part of me being locked up a lot of times in my life, from juvenile to the adult system, because I was one of them kids where my mom and dad used to be, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a disciplinary household. So in my mind, it was like everything was an ass whooping. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm going through, and I know you're gonna get mad and whoop my ass.
That's what I want to ask. I want to ask this because I hear a lot of people. Do you say everything was an ass whooping, or after I asked you certain things over and over, and you chose to do what the fuck you want to do, then it became the ass whooping? I don't think the question, I don't think the question was an ass whooping. I think it's the actions after you did it and you didn't have that conversation. I'm just asking a question.
Right. But look, before you answer, as a child that was very much abused, I feel like sometimes the parents just feel like they're more dominant over you because you're a child. But it's like, I'm still a human. I'm learning from this. This is affecting me. Stop being selfish. I feel it's very selfish. You think you're teaching a lesson, but you're not.
But they only doing what they've been taught. Our ancestors, they got whooped by the white man for not listening.
Exactly, but that's not normal.
Absolutely. So we got to reprogram ourselves. But don't fault your parents because they only doing what was done to them. This stuff get passed down.
And that's something you're supposed to grow from. With me doing my personal development, I would say I love listening to Sarah Jackson. I like her. She got personality like me. It is what it is. I love Sarah Jackson. I learn a lot from listening to her sermons every morning. But what I've learned from that is the fact that just because it happened to you don't mean it's something you're supposed to teach.
No.
Me as a child, I learned some things that were not for my generation because they felt that was right, but it affected me in a negative way.
But then
you have to have the discernment to know what's meant to pass on and what's not. But what you notice is a lot of parents, they're so selfish and looking at what's best for their life that they don't see what's really best for the other people.
I gotta go, but it's time to, I'm hungry. The time going, that's what I be talking, that's what I be still on.
My bad, me and Roger,
y'all don't be courteous, okay,
y'all see she talking her shit during our broadcast.
I'm just saying, like, you keep on, I'm giving you a time to say we about to cut so we can go eat, they hungry, like, get on your story.
Well, me and Roger like to talk.
Exactly.
This is the thing, but this is what I'm gonna tell you though. Because you're the only one trying to get everybody to finish. So why don't you just excuse yourself and go get something to eat?
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Thank y'all so much.
I
love y'all.
Don't be trying to.
Thank y'all.
You ain't
the time that y'all say is not the right time. Structure.
I know.
Black people, they
Yeah, you gonna have to edit this part out.
Put it back on there because this is truth. This is shit that happened in Washington Bible that I'm trying to understand.
She don't have no camera etiquette at all. At all.
Read the rules.
This is what sells when you get stuff like this. You keep this part.
No camera etiquette at all.
This is a 2-hour segment, so we do want to be,
you said 2 hours. I only went 1:30.
No, we went 2 hours.
Because
we went from 4:30 to 5:30.
Just like when somebody got to use the restroom, they get up and go use the restroom, just excuse yourself from the camera instead of messing up the production.
Cool. Follow me at Exclusive 713 Nutrition without any caps, okay? I love everybody on here, you know what I'm saying? But Roderick, I'm gonna put these back on.
Nah.
He wants to spend more time on Saturday. Him and Kiki want to spend more time on Saturday, putting all that air on. But Monday through Sunday, can I talk?
That's what you finna go do. You finna go get something to eat and sit down, not doing nothing until you ready to do something later on tonight. We being productive.
Period.
We being productive.
Yeah, talk because y'all talking over me.
Well, didn't you just say it was time to go? Why is you still talking?
How many? Because I can't.
Didn't you say it was time to go? Why is you still talking? Ain't you hungry? Go get something to eat.
You feel me? We always are.
Well, then why is you still talking? ain't no time for you to go. That's
Yeah,
what
and I
I'm
am,
saying.
but I'm gonna say what I gotta say, cause guess what? My name is Sasha Curry, his name Roger Brown, Jakia, okay. What I'm saying is, Monday through, we got how many days in a week?
7.
On Saturday, y'all want to spend all y'all hours when you could have been doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the same set of put your phone up and spend some of that
Don't worry about it,
time.
we're gonna edit all this
Don't
out.
edit it out.
You about to say,
on your story so you can have all that time to talk. So when we do come on, it's only 2 hours, not 5 hours. But if you want to spend 5 hours with me, let me know. Then I'm telling you, bring me some food up and whatever else I need. But on 5 hours, I don't mind spending time with y'all. But when I want some food, some snacks, have that, okay? And I'm done. Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, now excuse yourself.
Hold on, he was supposed to do the quarter day and we was supposed to end.
Okay, hold on, let's finish.
okay,
Nah, I thought you
We
had.
wanna fight us.
So you already did the quarter day, and y'all follow Roger Brown and Voices of Our so y'all can hear more of his story and just try to put us 5 hours with him, and he got the whole week where he can talk what he want to say, but don't be on his personal page. Just want to short change, but then when he want to get with us, he want to talk all day.
Yeah, talk that shit.
I don't
She
understand.
talk about you.
I want to be a regular.
Okay. Okay. Let's do. Okay, let me start. And I'm gonna let you do the quote of the day. I hope I.
We already did the quote today.
Oh, well, that's what we're doing. That was it.
It was it because you rudely
Because
interrupted
you
the
say a
production
section,
of
but
the
if you
show.
want to spend 5 hours, say, okay, the section is gonna be 3
We
more
did an
hours
hour and 30 minutes.
for you. Cause you talk most of the podcast, and Kiki,
It was
she
fun.
on the podcast 7 days a week,
Well,
talking.
I got a question.
6
I got a
days.
question. Y'all on the time frame?
Yes, they gotta go eat.
All right.
That's what I'm saying, so
All
next
Now
time.
y'all
Man
good.
said no. The man said no.
You say the man, now you on the man side, she don't know what side she wanna be on. Monday, she was talking about women, then today, this is what today is.
All right.
I don't understand.
All right. Yeah. All right, man. We gonna go end it right here. Follow us on Voices and Vibes.
When the talk is real,
Follow us.
When situations turn into
Conversation.
conversation.
Follow us on YouTube, Voices and Vibes. Like, subscribe. Facebook, Voices and Vibes.
YouTube.
Instagram, Voices and Vibes. And we supposed to be trying
and
to
he
get
talking
on
about
TikTok.
say he only got some
And
peppermint
on YouTube.
to eat what? The peppermint? But I saw you on your page and all the
It's all right. We're gonna show y'all when we fight her at the boxing bag. We're gonna fight her for y'all.
I know.
2023, I'm not for
Yeah.
nobody.
Already, man. Y'all welcome, bro. Y'all welcome to come.
Don't just
Anytime.
have